What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Cartel Tycoon. This is a game where you're going to be running your own criminal empire all throughout South America. This is one of those games that's like, it's a city builder, it's a little bit of a management game, it's also a game where you're going to have foot soldiers, and you're going to have kind of soldados, and you're going to have capos, and all that kind of stuff running around taking care of your business for you. Some of them are going to help increase the legitimacy of your business and keep the federales off your back, while at the same time, some of them are just going to be straight hitters, who their only job is to go out and kill your enemies and kind of die in the service of the business. So anyways, let's dive on in. We're going to check it on out and see if it's something that you wanted to get after playing or after seeing the game for yourself. I'll have a link for you down below when this is all said and done. It's going to be next to my Discord link and also my Twitch stream. You can check that out. Let's dive on in. All right, so here we are inside Chaparicha. Early morning, March 24th of 1989. Felix Vijo arrives at his taxi company in the center of Chaparicha with dirty money worth tens of thousands to launder. A bloodied Hector Alejandro Vijo, his face gray, crashes into the taxi company, Vanessa Diaz-Venhi at his side. We're starting it off hot. I actually, I used to like, even though I am kind of a family-friendly channel, or at least I try to keep it somewhere in the nebulous of that, YouTube has kind of made it so that, like, I used to have a policy that if there was profanity in the game, I would read it because, it doesn't need to be censored. That's obviously the artistic vision of the people that made the game. At this point, though, like, YouTube has become the knights of standards and practices, and they get very, very upset when you say microb. And so anyways, we're going to skip over profanity wherever necessary just because they use a closed captioning system to read the words that I'm saying right now, and if they catch any of that stuff in there, they can actually shut me down. It can be kind of a problem. So anyways, Hector, son, what's wrong with you? Let me help. Thank you, uncle. This needs a bandage. Felix presses down hard on Hector's wounded arm with his handkerchief. Vanessa slumps against the wall. Uncle, I regret starting your morning this way, but fate controls how our mornings commence, although this time the decisions are all Almagro's. So, let me pour you some water and call the doctor. Wait, did you say Almagro? Yeah, last night. We were loading the opium into the plane at the Foscani aerodrome. Then out of nowhere, we were under fire. The pilot got the hell out. I don't really blame him. Getting out of there was the best decision. Me and Vanessa and the other guys fought back. You know what we were up against? The military. My dear old friend Almagro Torres. He's been trying to lure the military over to their side for years. I guess he finally coaxed them into joining him and left us out. You know what the weirdest thing was? The spooks in camouflage disappeared with the first rays of sunlight, like actual vampiros. Alright, well, what happened to the others? The moth disappeared, I don't know where, after they seized the residence. And the cockroach, well, it's all over for him, but I never really liked the guy anyway. Yeah, I don't think you get a nickname like Cockroach if people think well of you. With them gone, Hector, I'm going to need you to make you a capo. You can recruit whomever you need. In this life, we can work with anybody, from a mere cockroach to the devil himself. You're not going to find any saints among us. You speak the truth, old man. Who you calling an old man? Seriously, though. I'm glad you made it out of there, kid. We need to figure out what we have left and get the dollars moving again. But what about Almagro? Well, we'll deal with him later. First, need to restore the cash flow. Yeah, I was gonna say we got to put up some prayers to old Jesus Malverde. We gotta throw it on out there. If that don't work, people start getting picked up. We gotta talk to San Ramon Nonato, dude. We gotta pray a little bit harder. Everybody knows that nothing goes with criminality like praying. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. All right. So, there's a couple things. This game does not have a tutorial. You're gonna have to kind of like, the game is in early access. Tutorial's not in yet. They do give you this big journal over here, but it is a lot of reading to learn how to play the game. But I have painstakingly done that for you, so you don't need to worry about it. The game is actually pretty simple once you boil it down to what you want to do. So at the end of the day, we have the center of our power over here in Chaparicha. We have a taxi company that we're using to launder all of the dirty money that we have available. You can see it split up right here. So we've got our dirty money and we've got our legal money. Over time, the taxi company is going to turn dirty money into legal money. through a process called integration, which is effectively just ringing out extra services and calls that never came in, which in the 80s you could actually do and no one would be the wiser. Nowadays it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So anyways, we've got a ping over here. I don't know what it wants. Oh, it's telling us that our opium farm and our warehouse has been seized by the police, so we're going to have to buy that back out as soon as, like, the investigation is over. What our empire is left with at the moment is not very much, actually. We have 2 farms over here that are growing poppies. That's pretty much it. We have a warehouse that's going to go ahead and package the poppies, and then it's going to bring them down to the aerodrome, which you can see in this tab right here. The aerodrome is going to give you little tiny Cessnas and planes that are going to fly under the radar. Probably into Florida would be my best guess, but honestly all over the place. And that's when it's going to come back with a big suitcase full of dirty money. We bring that from over here back to the taxi company, and you can see that we've completed the circuit. Also on hand, we have 3 people. We have the Don. We have the guy that's in charge, Don Vijo. This guy, in general, he's got really good power right here. This is how good they are in combat if you take them into a fight. We've got Vanessa Diaz-Venhe, who is an assassin, apparently. All right, she's got terrible combat skills, so I assume that she just stabs him in the back. I'm not really super sure. And then we've got Hector over here. Hector's got a little bit of power, but he's going to be our up-and-coming guy. He's effectively the heir to our kingdom, so we want to keep an eye on him no matter what. If he goes down, the whole thing's going to fall apart pretty quickly. So, what we need to do right now is we need to arrange transport. This has 3 trucks available. They're going to be driving things periodically down to here. We're going to want to watch our outputs to make sure we have enough going, but we do need somebody to move the dirty money over from the aerodrome to here. So, I'm going to tell her to move over to the aerodrome, and then we'll give her a new command in just a minute. And as you can see, she's going to head over that way. This first little task that they give you takes a long time, so there's going to be a significant cut in the middle of this episode, really, because laundering $35,000 takes a while. I would recommend they probably bump that down to like 15 or 20 just to make it a little bit more rapid. I think when I was doing my test play, it took me about 20 minutes to launder the money, just leaving it on here running while I went and worked on other things. It's a little lengthy for a tutorial, I guess. She's over here at the aerodrome. The aerodrome is going to have a whole bunch of money. What we want to do is click on her. We're going to put her on delivery mode. We're going to select the money from this side, and we're going to have her bring it back to the taxi company. She's just going to make that run over and over and over again, not stopping. Her job is effectively just to transport that stuff. Over here, it looks like we're doing okay. We can build some more buildings if we really, really want to, but I don't think it's necessary. You can make legitimate buildings and you can make illegal buildings. It's up to you on how you want to do it. These roads on this side could probably use an update. They're driving really, really slowly. So, let's take a look at our roads here, and actually I would very much like to just upgrade this so that they move a little bit faster. So we'll upgrade this from a dirt road to a gravel road. Upgrading the infrastructure is actually going to work better than you would think it would. It's going to increase the speed of these trucks by a lot, almost doubling their speed so that you can move things a little bit more rapidly. Be careful about dirt roads. Dirt roads are cheap, but they are terrible for transporting stuff around. So just, you know, be aware. Apparently they only produce 2 opium at a time, so I'm going to put a new opium farm over here. Let's go ahead and drop that in right here. Z and X are going to allow us to rotate. We'll drop this third guy like, I don't know, like right there. That seems okay to me. And then we'll go ahead and connect that via a gravel road as well. Perfect. All ready to rock. That should increase our output pretty substantially, considering we're only getting like 2 bulbs out at a time. And they're going to build up over here. I mean, we might be overproducing. I'm not really too sure. Later on, we're going to be able to upgrade this building so that it has more trucks and it becomes a little bit more of a truck stop. But for right now, we're kind of stuck where we're at. All right, so after a couple of minutes, it's actually only been like 5 or 6 minutes. I suppose I must have miscounted, or maybe the last time I did this, I didn't put it on fast forward. But anyways, we're getting there. We are money laundering our evil black hearts off right now. Like, we have opium flying all over the world, and we are just taking care of business. We've laundered what looks to be about $31,000, and if we've done that in like a month, that's not bad. You want to make $31,000 a month, chat? That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Yes. Is there a good chance that you're going to be violently murdered? Absolutely. Really, really good chance, especially since we're like transporting in someone else's territory right now. There's a good chance you just wake up one day and get hit with the scow. It is what it is. The good news is we are, while living this dangerous life, out here being a bunch of bandits. We're making decent money, and it looks like we're almost cleared up with the amount of money we needed to raise in order to hire some new people. I was loyal to you all this time, and I deserve a promotion or at least a salary raise. All right, here's your promotion. So really, every single character in this game has a skill tree. You can develop them in different ways. So if we go the top route right here, this guy becomes basically a warrior, and he gets much better at organizing warehouses and growing coca. We go this bottom way. It looks like it adds 2 cars to a building in order to improve logistics. So you get more transport. And then on this side, you also get silent assassination. I'm going to go this way. And his upkeep is going to increase. So we'll promote him right there. He's now an halcón. I don't know exactly what that word means, but hey, it is what it is. Everybody also has their own personal quest they're going to be trying to accomplish. They're not implemented right now at the time of this recording in early access, but later on, everybody's going to have their own kind of loyalty quest that you're going to need to complete along the way in order to make their development up to higher ranking members of the gang and like higher levels of skill. So anyways, right here we have like our old school kind of DEA printout of the hierarchy of our organization at the moment. Vanessa's at the bottom, feels bad. It looks like Hector's somewhere on the 2nd level of being like a capo or like a lieutenant somewhere. And then as we get further up the line, we're going to get into management, and then we're going to get into the true, you know, the dons or the sub-bosses and things of that nature. Let's see here. I will not disappoint you, capo. You had better not. All right, so we're good to go here. We've got $200 left that we need to launder. And there it is. There's our $1,000 moving on in, so that should be done very, very shortly. Bam, bam, bam. Hey, you gonna launder that money there, Chief? There we go. I don't know about anything else, but when it comes to making money, the two of us, we're pretty good. Vanessa and I are also solid fighters. Yeah, if I left the business to you, I'd know it was in safe hands. Now we need to at least partly restore the cartel. This is going to help us ramp up production faster. And kick Almagro's sorry ass out of Foscani. Yeah, but that can wait. Right now, we need to find and hire some more lieutenants. All right. So, finding and hiring more lieutenants. That means we're going to have to take over this residence right here. So, we're going to move on over, and we're going to attack this place. Our power is 5, their power is 3. Now, everything comes with a downside. While we're attacking this place, this little meter is going to slowly increase, which means that, like, the violence and just, like, the murder and whatnot is getting the attention of international agencies. And so as you can see, everything is really cool animated down here. You can see an actual gunfight taking place inside. Every now and again, like, pieces of the building will fall off and stuff, dude. It's actually pretty cool when you, like, take over cities and stuff. They did a really good job of animating the whole thing and making it feel rad. All right, so we have ourselves a brand new villa. Unfortunately, this has attracted the attention of the DEA. So occasionally we're going to lose product at the border because they are aware of the comings and goings and the things that are happening. These residences right here, they have like multiple functions. So the residence can act as a money laundering front, so we could actually set her up to bring this over to here just in case you get attacked. But since this is on the edge of our territory, I really, really would not recommend it. I would keep laundering through here. Like, the last thing you want is to have, like, 50 G's inside this house and get it knocked over by a rival cartel. And then you're just out that 50 G's. You just never see that money again. But we can also, if we turn this building on, bink, we can recruit some lieutenants. So anyways, we got a couple of options here. We've got Griselda Eduarda Alcazar. We've got Tony Quintero, who is apparently a really good fighter. And then we've also got Julio Ochoa. What does he do? He can make a deal. Okay, sounds like a plan. Oh, nice. And that's for cannabis right there. So apparently he can actually make a deal to sell cannabis even higher. So we're going to take Tony Quintero. I don't know what we need an old lady for. I'm not super sure. Oh, she boosts up our opium production. Okay. We'll take her then. All right, it works. All right, what do you think of the new guys? Following your advice, I'm not really looking for good people. I'm just trying to make sure they don't do anything bad to us. Yeah, don't make the same mistake that I did, mi querido. Now, I think that you're ready to correct my past mistakes. What do you say? You ready to plan an attack on the Almagro gang? That's an excellent idea. Okay, so we've got our guys right here. We can actually recruit this dude. It's just going to increase your overhead. This guy right here is an absolute monster. In case you couldn't tell from the tattoos on his forehead, this guy will wipe out. This dude is a one-man wrecking ball. He just rolls all throughout the territory, just wrecking face. Like, there's not a whole lot that can stop this guy. This dude is basically the boogeyman. With her, what I'd like to do... Let's make a deal. Deliver 100 units for a 10% bonus. Yeah, I can do that. I don't know how long we have to do that. 100 units might take us a little bit. I don't know if we're doing a good job with transport. How are we looking over here? We've got like 6. I think they're trying to deliver in batches of 12, so I don't think we really need to do a whole lot over there. The other thing we could do, though, is we could buy back our warehouse over here, and then we could buy back our plantation, and we could pop these back on, and that might actually give us an increase in stuff. So from this warehouse, I would recommend you go to the aerodrome. It's a long drive, but we can drop stuff off, and this plantation over here is going to produce like an ass ton. Like, this thing is really going to kick up production, and so I think it'll look pretty good. It looks like we've already delivered 24 down here. I think the delivery on 24 is 2,000, so we're going to make about 10 G's. We'll make an extra $1,000 off of the stuff that we've got laying around. I don't know why we have this pinged right here. I've still got a capo back over here, right? All right. You always have to have somebody in your hometown, otherwise you'll lose control of it. So you need somebody running things back over here, which is really how the lieutenants become a part of this whole deal. I'm sort of wondering if I can get away. Man, that is a long gravel road. That's upsetting. It's going to take him a long time to get back to the main thoroughfare. It's fine. It's no biggie. We've already delivered 36. We have 54 laying around. We may need other people to come out here and help us transport. I don't know that for certain, but I may have to have, like, she's not really doing anything anyways, so we can have her move over to here, and we'll kind of have her keep an eye on this. It looks like our storage is sort of backing up, though. The plane can only take 24 at a time, so it's not that big of a deal, but we should be able to make this all happen, I would think. Yeah, we don't have enough trucks moving right now. That one's on its way back. So, yeah, we're going to need an extra transporter up here. So the way in which we do that is we're just going to tell her to do deliveries effectively, take it down to the aerodrome. I don't know if the aerodrome has the throughput in order to make this all happen. And what does this say? Take control of the region of Foscani. We can do that pretty easily. We got to knock over all these buildings, and it's going to generate a lot of heat. And you just got to accept that at face value. We're going to go ahead and knock over all of their chemical warehouses real fast. Yep, go ahead. We'll have these two tag team it effectively. And once we clear out this entire territory, we can actually start money laundering from here, which will be a little bit shorter of a trip, make things a little bit faster. She brought 22 with her. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so as you can see, war were declared. And there you go. We also took control of all the attached chemical facilities. We're going to move over to here. We did that fast, and we did it clean. So we're not going to get a penalty. Like, the longer the fight takes, the more heat you're going to build up. So really, I would recommend that if you're going to make moves on, like, a rival cartel, you do it quickly, you do it, like, swiftly, you do it, like, resoundingly. You do it as rapidly as possible. So bring all your strongest guys and just hit them. You know what I mean? Don't drag it out. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a ton of problems. Yeah, you come over here and hit their packaging place. Apparently, they got a bunch of vegetable farms over here. I don't know why they're over here growing zucchini when there's more profitable things we could be doing. But hey, I don't judge. I don't judge. All right, they're going to do what they're going to do. She's coming back on in with 20 right there. All right, with you, after you drop that right there, I'm going to have you stop the delivery. Yeah, stop your delivery. Go back to the aerodrome, and I'm going to have her start laundering over here now since it's a shorter trip. I do think we're going to have to find new ways to transport our product, though. I don't think we're going to have too many ways out of that. There we go. Knock them over. There you go. We knocked it all over. I'm going to leave these all powered down because I'm not positive that we can handle the overhead. Like, I don't know that. But we did get some chemical factories in the scuffle that are going to allow us to produce hydrochloric acid, apparently. We got hydrochloric acid, we got methylamine, and we have precursor. I thought methylamine was a precursor. I don't know, dude. My Breaking Bad knowledge is, my Breaking Bad plus my 2 years of chemistry, probably not enough to really weigh in on that one. We have a lot of opium backing up over here, so I think we're going to have to either upgrade this place or come up with a new way to get this done. Let's go ahead and move over to here. We're going to knock over the city. We definitely need Tony Quintero to come over here, too. Otherwise, the fight's going to be a little bit tight. It was also entirely plausible that we might need here. Deliver as soon as the money gets here. Deliver the money back to the, back to the villa. There you go. And we'll start laundering that on over. Felix, you've always been so predictable. You're attacking me in broad daylight. I don't even know what to say to you right now. That's right, you shut your filthy mouth. At least then we'll get a break from all your bullshit. I can see that you're angry, old friend. Our friendship died on March 24th. I'm already done mourning it. You should thank me that you also don't need to mourn your sweet Hector. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Although I gotta admit, that's mainly on him. That kid has balls of steel. We made a deal with the military. Attack before dawn, keep everything under the radar. He pours wine into his glass, grinning like a wolf. Just admit it, Felix. I always win. Come on, leave while you're still breathing. I have stuff to do. I'm not going anywhere. My guys are already on every street of the city. My city. So it's going to take us a significantly longer amount of time to knock over a city. And as you can see, they don't spare any detail for showing like how violent the conflict is that's taking place. Like it looks like a legitimate war zone, you know what I mean? And that's because it is. I don't know if you guys have ever watched documentaries like Cocaine Cowboys or Narcos or anything else like that, but legitimately back in the 70s and like the mid 80s, this is kind of near the end of that time period when they were really getting cracked down on. This kind of the last hurrah in 1989. But in the 70s, man, like it was nasty. My dad told me stories about things going on in the 70s that were just unbelievable. So as it turns out, I was wrong, too. This place doesn't actually launder the money, but what it does give you is hubs. So we have 4 drivers here with trucks that can take our money wherever we want it to go. So we needed to set up one guy to take it back to the taxi company because war is expensive, and we're bleeding money right now. This conflict that we have with over in Fuscani is kind of draining us a bit. It's also running up our heat like crazy. All right. So we did, unfortunately, we're now on the radar by the Federales, but we won our war, so that's pretty cool. Now we gotta talk to this guy. Felix, do you seriously think that you could pick off a couple of thugs on the city streets and take over like that? Nope, but there's what we do, and then there's the law, 2 sides of the same coin. So how about you help me out here? Let's call this quits, atonement for your betrayal. He bares his teeth. All right, I can do something for you, but you got to do something for the government. When I started in this business, I knew I'd get into all kinds of trouble. All right, so what the government wants is they want you to give them pork projects. That's literally how this works. So you're going to build churches, you're going to build unions, you're going to build amusement parks, like anything that makes people happy and increases loyalty, you're basically going to pump your money into in order to make this all work. It looks like we've got an amusement park, which allows us to launder cash. We have another taxi company. It looks like we also have a circus we can play around with. We can do a research center, but I don't think it likes that very much. And we can upgrade some of our warehouses over here, which I think is a fairly solid idea. That's going to give us another output as well. It's probably going to increase their upkeep a little bit, but like, why worry about it? I'm not super sure what it wants me to do in order to finish off taking over this city. It says that it wants me to respect the people's wishes. I figured that we would just build some buildings. Unfortunately, it says they're locked off because we don't control the city. So I'm not super sure how we do this. Okay, so my loyalty level needs to go up to respected. I think the way that we do that is by like purchasing vegetables and stuff inside these little areas. We're going to need chickens anyways. So we'll go ahead and buy it. We've got ourselves bumped up to humility there. It said that it would give us a whole, but that's like in a different territory too. I don't know, man. We got chickens. You can hide drugs inside the chickens if you were wondering how that works. If you go over here, you've got a chicken right there. You put opium inside of it effectively. Like, it works. So I think what I'll do is instead of going to the aerodrome, what if we take this over to here, right? We have our workshop there. I don't know where the chickens are at, by the way. I assume that the chickens need to be moved around as well. Looks like the stock continues to be empty, which is kind of a bummer, but I assume what I'm going to have to do is stop her delivery, and then when she arrives here, I can have her... Oh, she doesn't actually have the chickens over there. Where are the chickens stored at? Where did our chickens go? I bought the chickens. Where do the chickens go? I have questions. Oh, we can do like a new building over here too. Yeah, let's do a new building. Research center sounds like a good plan. Let's make one of those. I'd like to be able to upgrade my stuff and become more efficient at criminal enterprise. All right, so up this way we've got... Oh, the chickens are moving now. Are they taking the chickens over here? Oh my god, they did the thing that I expected them to do. It's a miracle. We're not like crazy efficient right now because I don't have any way to produce chickens. Like, I'm pretty much just buying other people's chickens. But every time I buy a chicken, it raises our overall efficiency, so like, eh, whatever. There you go. And then I assume, as these get packaged, it actually doesn't look like it has the delivery menu, so I wonder where they... Oh, there it is right there. Then you take it to the aerodrome, and I bet you that takes a bunch of heat off of us, because now we're hiding drugs inside of chickens. And it seems to be working okay. I mean, it's a little micromanagey. It's a little micro-heavy. Like, I'm having to buy, like, a lot of chickens over here to make it happen, but it looks like we're actually... Looks like we're actually going through chickens kind of slowly. All right, well, maybe for you guys, then, maybe you dudes consider... Maybe we have a second truck drop off over here. So our first truck can drop off here. And then our second truck will actually try to hide our motives a little bit better. Seems like an okay business to be in. We do have money coming in, although we are sort of like losing money right now. Did that building that I built, did that actually do anything? It did increase our loyalty, but, you know, apparently I can research demolishing things. It looks like there's a bunch of different buildings in here that I can go to. It looks like we can research Tier 1 plantation. Okay. We can get warehouses. We can get dryers. We're definitely going to need that for weed. We can have the lab. Okay. Got a workshop over here, which we already have one, like, up and around in that other area. Honestly, the ability to, like, build another aerodrome might be, like, a pretty good idea. I mean, maybe we might be losing money just on confiscations, too. Like, you never know. I need to make sure that I'm buying the chickens whenever they come up on this side. They're actually not doing the worst job that I've ever seen over here. As far as logistics go, what are you taking to the aerodrome? Like, what is this truck dropping off at the aerodrome? Is it dropping off the chickens? What's this little guy doing? Hold on, he's going to pull back in here. Oh, no, he didn't. Never mind. Oh, we can package it with spice, too. Can I get more spices? I was going to say, if I can get spices, get those too. Like, we'll just rotate in between these two, like, whenever we can. So I'll put it on spices for right now, because it looks like we get more mileage out of the spices anyways. Like, we get 6 packaged per 1 spice, so I think that's actually going to work a lot better as far as our efficiency goes. Like, that 12 that he's bringing over here is going to allow him to basically knock out that whole stack. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Well, when it comes back into stock, we'll keep it all moving. It's a little micro-heavy. I wish I could put in, like, auto-buys over here. Like, just automatically buy it and take care of it. Oh, cool. We've got acceptance. Nice. We've got to raise it up to respect, though. So we got to get up to this level right here. It's going to take us a little bit. We are sitting on a lot of product right now, too. We absolutely have product coming out of our ears. I think I may have to have somebody do this manually. I don't see anybody actually making the run over there. Where's Hector at? Hector, hey, you guys. I'm going to need you guys to be transporters. Move over to here. And then move over to here. It actually looks like I can package them in with vegetables, too. That might be somewhat effective. Let's turn this guy on. Turn this guy on. Yeah, and you take the veggies over to the warehouse to save me some money. I'd rather not. Aw, dude, we're back down to humility. Apparently it degrades. All right, so you guys, I want you to deliver the spices down this way. And I want you to deliver the chickens to here. I get the feeling we're going to get a lot less confiscations doing it this way, which was honestly always a bit of a concern. We may need another aerodrome, too. Like, we may need more pilots going on out. Oh, the vegetables take, like, a week to make. Okay. All right, we'll keep that going then. We'll move. I mean, I'm almost, like, backed up right now on the amount of product that I have in here, which is really a bit concerning. Stop your delivery. Go ahead and deliver some of that down to here for right now. I'd like to see it pile up a little bit on this side. Wait, why did it only take 4? Shouldn't they be flying the chickens out too? Why is this plane failing me right now? Why did this guy take so few slots? Even though we have 52. He should have taken like 26 with him, right? So 26 that time. I've got a feeling that these chickens and this spice does not work the way that I think it works. Maybe that has to go out through a port. Seems possible. It does. Okay, so it needs to go out through a port. So we're actually going to have to knock over this gang that's next to us, too, in order to get access to a port, unless we personally can build one, which I strongly doubt. All right, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, this is Cartel Tycoon. Check the game out. I like it. It seems like it's going to be kind of fun little management city building game. It's in early access right now. You can get it down below. Sorry this video went a little bit longer. Is what it is. I got addicted. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on in. How you doing? Take care, everybody.